Okay, student, I have already discussed how to form formula, it means formation of formula. Now, today I am just going to discuss how to balance a chemical equation. How to balance a chemical equation. Nitrogen combines with hydrogen to form ammonia. This is called unbalanced chemical equation. It is not balanced, it is unbalanced chemical equation. But how can you balance it? That first, this part is called reactant. This part is called product. So, number of reactant molecules, number of atoms present in reactant molecules, nitrogen is 2, hydrogen is 2, total 4. In case of product, nitrogen is 1, hydrogen is 3. So, hydrogen is 3. So, this is called unbalanced chemical equation. Reason is that number of nitrogen are not equal. Here 2, here 1. Number of hydrogen 2, here 3. So, it is not balanced. But how can you balance? It is called unbalanced chemical equation. So, reactant is not equal to product. Number of atoms present in reactant side is not equal to the number of atoms present in product side. So, it is called unbalanced chemical equation. But now question is how to balance chemical equation. So, at first we just put into the molecule in a box. Now, number of nitrogen is 2, here 1. So, just you must be write down 2 here, 2 nitrogen, but hydrogen is 3 to just 6. So, you must be attach hydrogen 3. So, nitrogen is 2, hydrogen is 6, 3 to just 6. Nitrogen is 2 and hydrogen is 3 to the 6. So, number of atoms present in reactant side is equal to the product side. So, this is called balanced chemical equations. This is called balanced chemical. R is equal to P, that is why equation is balanced. Now, one more example I am just going to take. Sulfur dioxide react with oxygen to form sulfur trioxide. So, it is called unbalanced chemical equation. This part is called reactant, this part is called product. Number of atoms in reactant side is 1, oxygen is 2 plus 2, 4. Number of sulfur is 1, oxygen is 3. So, oxygen is not equal. Okay. So, it is unbalanced chemical because oxygens are not same. But how can you balance it? In case of balanced chemical equation, again write down the reactions here to form sulfur trioxide. And how many oxygen atom is here? 2 to 4. But here 3. So, must be write 2. 3 to the 6. 3 to the 6. So, 2. So, sulfur is 2, oxygen is 2 to the 4, 2, 6, 3 to the 6. So, it is called balanced equations. Sulfur equal to 1, 2, sorry, and oxygen equal to the 4 or 2, 6, sulfur equal to 2, oxygen equal to 6. So, this is called balanced chemical equation because reactant is equal to the product. Both sides are equal. At both sides atoms are equal, that is why it is called balanced chemical equations. Why do we need to balance chemical equations? Why do we need to balance chemical equations? chemical equations. Answer is to fulfill to follow the law of conservation of mass. According to law of conservation of mass, mass of reactant is equal to the mass of product. Total mass of reactant is equal to the total mass of product. So that's why we need to balance chemical equation. This can be clear with the help of example. I'm just going to take an example. Hydrogen, oxygen to form water. Hydrogen plus oxygen to form water. Mass of reactant H into 2 and O into 2. Mass of hydrogen is 1. So 1 into 2 equal to 2. Oxygen is 16. So 16 into 2 equal to 32. Total mass 34. This is the reactant side. Mass of product S into 2 plus O. Mass of hydrogen is 1. So 1 into 2. And mass of oxygen is 16. So 2 plus 16 equal to 18. So mass of reactant is not equal to the mass of product. That's why it is called unbalanced chemical equation. But according to law of conservation of mass, I have already explained here. According to law of conservation of mass, the mass of reactant is equal to the mass of product. The total mass of the reactant is equal to the total mass of the product. So this is called unbalanced equation. That's why mass are not equal. But in case of balanced chemical equation, mass of reactant is equal to the mass of product. Okay, this part reactant, this part called product. So 2 into 2 equal to 4. 16 into 2 equal to 32. 32 plus 4 equal to 36 AMU. 36 AMU atomic mass unit. Other side 2 into 2 plus 16. It means 2 into 18 equal to 36 AMU. So mass of reactant is equal to the mass of product in balanced chemical equation. That's why we need to equation balance, because to fulfill the law of conservation of mass. To fulfill the law of conservation of mass, equation is balanced. You must be learn atomic mass of the element. Now, how can you calculate molar mass? Molar mass is calculated with the help of mass number. Calcium, its mass number is 40. Carbon is 12. Oxygen is 16. What is the molar mass of calcium carbonate? This is called calcium carbonate, and this one is given in your question paper. Mass of calcium is 40, carbon is 12, oxygen is 16. So Ca plus C plus O into 3. The mass of calcium is 40, mass of carbon is 12, mass of oxygen is 16 into 3. After solving, 40 plus 12 plus 48, 52 plus 48 equal to 100 AMU. So 100 is the molar mass of calcium carbonate. Now similarly, what is the molar mass of water? Hydrogen is 1, oxygen is 16. It's very simple. S into 2 plus O. Now put the value equal to 18 AMU. Mass of ammonia, this is called ammonia. So how can you calculate the molar mass of ammonia? So N plus H into 3. The mass of nitrogen, it is given, that is 14, and hydrogen is 1. So 14 plus 1 into 3. So 14 plus 3 equal to 17 AMU. This is called calcium chloride. Calcium mass number is 40, chlorine is 35.5. So what is the molar mass of calcium chloride? So Ca plus Cl into 2. Calcium mass is 40, chlorine is 35.5 into 2. So 40 plus 71 equal to 111 AMU. So this is the way for the calculation of molar mass of a compound. Now one more example I am just going to take. Sodium chloride. It is a table salt. Mass number of sodium is given 23, chlorine is 35.5. So simple Na plus Cl, 23 plus 35.5, it means 58.5 AMU. This is the molar mass of sodium chloride. What is the molar mass of sodium sulfate? Sodium, you are knowing, mass number is 23, sulfur is 32, oxygen is 16, it is given. Now Na into 2 plus S plus O into 4. Now put the value 23 into 2 plus 32 plus 16 into 4. 46 plus 32 plus 64. 142 AMU. So this is the way for the calculation of molar mass. So how can you balance chemical equation? This one is clear. Why do we need to balance chemical equation? And how can you calculate the molar mass of an element? These are three important. These are the basic things of chemistry, so it is necessary to know. Now, for more questions, how can you calculate the percentage of an element? Suppose that this is calcium, it is calcium carbonate. What is the percentage of carbon in calcium carbonate? Percentage of carbon, percentage of calcium, and percentage of oxygen. How can you calculate percentage? So, mass number of calcium is 40, carbon is 12, oxygen is 16. So, if you want to calculate the percentage of each element present in calcium carbonate, then at first you have to calculate the molar mass. I have already explained these things. Molar mass of a compound, Ca plus C into O into 3, 40 plus 12 plus 16 into 3, 40 plus 12 plus 48, total is 100 AMU. Now, how can you calculate percentage? Percentage of calcium. Mass of calcium by molar mass of calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate into 100. So mass of calcium is 40, molar mass is 100 into 100. 100 will cancel. 40% calcium present in calcium carbonate. If you want to calculate the percentage of carbon, then percentage of in place of calcium carbon, mass of carbon is 12 and molar mass of calcium carbonate is 100 into 100 cancel 12% carbon. Now percentage of oxygen equal to total mass of oxygen is 48 in calcium carbonate. So 48 by 100 into 100. So 100 cancel equal to 48%. So this is a way for the calculation of percentage of an element. So in calcium carbonate, percentage of calcium is 40%, percentage of carbon is 12%, and percentage of oxygen is 48%. So this is the way for the calculation of percentage of an element in calcium carbonate. ठीक है सर, बंद कर दीजिए.